to center field. Jacob make that Young going back, and he drops it. Here comes Chapman. He's going to score. Ahmed is headed to third, and this game is tied. Little broken back flare and a base hit, and the Giants take the lead.
And Fitzgerald's got his first hit of the year and his first RBI, and that was a big one.
And that's the ball game as Miller ends up striking out the side, and the Giants salvage a win in this 3-game series, and they end up going 3-3 on this homestand.
Now, back to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
All right, Dubs fans, Steve Kerr in 13 minutes. But yeah, the plane flight out to Florida gets a little bit easier because of today's 7-1 victory for the Giants. Don't need to wait around for any reaction because right here on Willie and Dibby, we do final outs with FP. The final out has been recorded. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's FP. Hi, FP.
The final pitch, I think we should call it. Final pitch.
Why the hell didn't I think of that? For crying out loud, now I'm upset.
Let's call it the final pitch from now. How you guys doing?
Doing great, but the final pitch might actually not be an out, so I guess that actually works better in case it's a home team walk-off, then there would be no such thing as a final out. So there you go.
You just way overthought that.
Totally.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like how often does that happen? Final pitch. That's what FP stands for. Final pitch Santangelo.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the whole deal.
How about that final pitch, FP?
Well, the Giants were 6 for 8 with runners in scoring position today. How about that?
Good
and
Lord.
Tyler Fitzgerald and Nick Ahmed, 8 and 9, went 6 for 6. They drove in, 5 runs? They scored 5 runs together. It's amazing. Tyler Fitzgerald, I don't know if you guys got to see, he got a broken bat single.
Ooh.
Yeah, broken bat single.
And all the, the bat died a hero. Just broken bat single, and you get your first knock of the year, and you drive in around, you feel good about yourself. The double pump and fist. It was good to see the youth, the 26-year-old, the energy in the bottom of the order today. It was really cool. And then I don't know why there was some beanball stuff going on, but it was just a feel-good day at the yard. Like you said, Mark, like getting on the plane, going to Tampa, a little momentum into an off day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, can you help us with that, FP? What the hell happened with Jordan Hicks? Was something going on, or did the ball slip out of his hand? He threw a 95-mile-an-hour heater that would have hit the Durham Bull. For people who didn't see, what was that?
I don't know. His command has been pretty good this year. I don't know if there was some things going on behind the scenes, and then Law felt like he had to send a message to Soler there at the end of the game, and he threw one behind Soler. And I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I've asked some broadcasters here in the booth, and everyone's scratching their heads. So maybe if you have to think that hard about it, it's not that obvious. It was maybe something behind. Maybe it just got away from Hicks, but it's hard to believe at big league level that you throw way up the screen and it's not with some sort of intent. But anyways, a good 7-1 win. And here's the thing, you guys, Giants fans.
Oh boy! You know what? Hey, FP, I'm going to stop you. Lucas, can you see if we can reconnect at a better spot?
FP stands for funky phone.
No, I was going to say freaking phone, and you beat me to it.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
I had another F word I was going to choose, but
I did too.
I'm trying to stay out of hot water. Totally. Grady's got his finger on the button.
I got more questions.
I had it was more of a statement than a question, but congratulations to the right fielders with the Giants. 2 hits today.
And yesterday. Yaz had 2 hits yesterday, too?
Slates with a hit, and then Lamont Wade Jr. pinch hitting with a hit as well. But suddenly, FP, the bats are hot. Am I right?
I don't know if they're hot. How am I sounding, guys? Is this better?
You sound great.
Right here
you sound great.
I don't know if the bats are hot, but here's the thing, and this is going deep. Like when you're a new guy in a new team, you're trying to get your feet wet in a new ballpark with a new fan base and new teammates. Baseball's about rhythm. When you're trying to figure out how to drive to the ballpark, what my new uniform looks like, all this stuff into a season, it takes a while to get a rhythm. It's almost like being the new kid in class. So I think you're seeing a lot of the new guys kind of panicking, not panicking, but pressing a little bit just because they're the new guys. And all of a sudden you start to win some games. Just put it into perspective. If the Giants were 5-8 over a 13-game stretch in July, would we be reacting like this? But they're 5-8 right now. They haven't really swung the bats yet. There's been some good things, some bad things. Last night was pretty tough to swallow with the bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. I thought that was going to be a walk-off. But you're only as good as your last game, and they put up 7 runs today and finally got some big knocks. with runners in scoring position. Just being around this club every day, you guys. I come to the ballpark at 3 o'clock every day. I'm talking to coaches. I'm talking to players. There's not a lot of panic. I mean, everyone's just doing their business, and it just feels normal. Whatever that means, it just really feels normal, and there's a great vibe around the club right now, even though they're probably not getting off to the great start they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, no way too early to freak out. I do have one thing, though, that even though they won today, 3-3 homestand is not disastrous. But FP, are you kidding me? No home runs on the whole homestand? What the hell is that?
Well, if you watch Soler's at bat, he's late on everything. His foot's getting down late, and the fastball's getting deep on him, but he's tying himself up. He's getting that lean back thing going. He's trying to create space between the ball and his body because he's not on time right now. Once he gets that foot down a little earlier and sees some pitches and gets into the rhythm, he'll start catching those fastballs out in front and will go far. Right now, the only pitch he can hit out is a hanger, something that'll speed him up and get his bat head out in front. But he's letting the ball get really, really deep right now, and I think the more plate appearances, the more pitches he sees, the more adjustments he makes with Pat Burrell, they'll figure that thing out. But there's a lot of guys that their timing is just a little bit off right now. And when you don't have your timing and you're not barreling up baseballs in a ballpark that's not conducive to hitting home runs, you're not going to hit home runs. So you have to be multifaceted as a ball club when you're not scoring runs via the home run. You have to be able to steal a base. You have to be able to lay down a bunt. You have to be able to run the bases aggressively, intelligently. There has to be other ways that a team leans on to score runs. And if you're just built around hitting home runs, it's going to be like a three-point shooting team that can't hit their three-pointers. It's going to be hard to watch when they're cold. And right now, they're just not all locked in. And I feel like just give them some time for the guys to adjust to a new ball club, a new ballpark, a new city. Even driving your route to the ballpark used to be tough in April. Like, how do I get to the field? Where do I park? All these things you're thinking about. Baseball players are routine-oriented. Once you get into routine, sometimes it takes you to like mid-May to just kind of slow everything down from opening day and being the new kid on a new team.
You mentioned the running game, and Tyler Fitzgerald today with 2 stolen bases. Chapman had one as well. Is Fitzgerald really pushing to make Bob Melvin find a spot for him to play more regularly?
Didn't it look like it today? I mean, just watching how energetic he was in his speed on the double, his speed on the stolen bases, the fist pump when he got to second base. You know, there's a lot of guys on this team that are super professional, and they're not really outwardly emotional guys. They're just even keel, no high highs, no low lows. You don't know whether they're 10 for 10 or 0 for 10. They're the same guy every day. But every once in a while as a fan, don't you love to see guys just like having a blast playing baseball, like playing for the love of the game and just going out there and smiling and firing a fist pump when you get to second base and getting dirty and not be that like stoic guy. I think I gravitate toward that as a fan. And I really love what I saw from Tyler Fitzgerald today. Hopefully, I'll tell you this, as a former utility guy, if you're hitting, they're going to find a position for you. If you do what he did today and you can play second, short, and third, center, left, and right, Bob Melvin's going to find a way to get that energy in the lineup. And coming up with this road trip, you guys, you're going to have to provide your own energy. Tampa is, nobody goes to those games. You got to, it's a lot of espressos in the clubhouse and Red Bulls. And then you go to Miami, same thing, a lot of cafecitos and Red Bulls, because there's not going to be fans on the road supplying you any sort of adrenaline on this trip. So what are you going to do if you're Bob Melvin? You're going to find kids that are super anxious and they don't give a crap where they're playing.
Hey, FP, real quick, how about those Dubs?
Let's go. Hey, somebody last week said, don't give up on the Dubs. So don't give up on the Dubs, baby. They're not done yet. Let's go.
Who was that guy? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Give me a whoop, 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 whoop.
Don't worry, we've already given you a bunch when you said you were at the ballpark talking to people every day.
I know, I heard it.
Okay, good.
I need that in my life.
Oh, well, aren't you about to get on the team plane?
I am. I got to go. Bus at 3:45.
Okay.
See you guys there. They had a Steve Kerr. They had a Coach Kerr for me.
It will do.
We'll do.
Make a point of it.
There he is. Final pitch with
guys.
FP. Thanks, buddy.